Hey there, you finished the quiz, and by now you know that you are the posh people. You appreciate the finer things in life and love to be comfortable when you travel. I hear that. Now, how awesome would it be to be able to travel the world and seek out the best there is to find in every location? Well, it's completely possible, and I can show you how. I've always said that if I had all the money, I would travel the world seeing the sights and doing charity work. But 2 years ago, my husband and I were your typical, overbusy, stressed out parents of 4 kids. I remember one month where we had an activity literally every single day. And we weren't happy. We were exhausted and completely unfulfilled. We were talking about quitting everything when my husband said, "Why don't we sell our house and stay in Airbnbs every month?" And I was like, come on, who does that? But that night I did a little research, and it turns out that a month in an Airbnb can cost about the same as a mortgage or rent payment. So we could actually do it. And now here we are almost 2 years later, still traveling the world. You might be thinking, like I was, that people just don't do this. It sounds like an amazing adventure, but there are so many things standing in your way. What do you do about your house, your job, your kids' school, your mail? But you can do this, and I can show you how. In our first 11 months of traveling, we visited 36 US states. We saw famous landmarks and historical sites, along with off-the-beaten-path hidden gems. We lived everywhere from rural Alabama to the Rocky Mountains to New York City. Our kids are grades ahead in school, and they know how to cook, balance a budget, code computer programs, and so many other things. Now let me say this, we are not influencers. We work jobs and we don't get paid to travel. We're just regular people who wanted to change our lives and live our dreams. Not only can you uproot your life and travel the world, but when you get rid of the expectation of how you're supposed to live your life, you discover the peace and joy that was missing from your life before. You'll build stronger connections with your spouse, with your kids, and you'll discover so much about yourself. The more you experience new things, the more you can define who you are and what you want. And those are the essential questions of life. If you can answer them, then you know exactly which direction to take. And that's my segue back into travel. There's never going to be a perfect time to go. You just have to pick the time that's close enough. Almost every day I turn to my husband and say, "I'm living my best life." So why not you? Why not now? There's so much beauty and fun to be experienced. You only live once, and you owe it to yourself to follow your dreams. I never thought this could be a possibility, but we did it, and you can too. One evening when we were staying in Brooklyn, I handed my 10-year-old son a Metro card as we walked to the subway stop and said, "Well, we have all evening and New York City. Where do you want to go?" So now I'm going to ask you the same question. Where do you want to go?